Well, actually, I was starting the broadcast with your guys' voices doing that.
Oh my god.
Oh.
We're so...
Oh. Well, I'm just gonna roll with it.
Well, keep
Wait, how
rolling
many
with
people
it.
are watching?
Screw
Wait,
Keep
wait, wait.
rolling with
How many
it.
people are
The next
watching?
30 seconds, all these assholes. You have it.
Hello,
Well.
everybody. Welcome to Rhino's Gay Bar, where you can get the
Okay,
funniest
time's
of
up.
men.
God damn. No. No. No.
Today we have a
Nope.
magic star.
I will cut you off.
Operation
I will cut you
Angel.
off.
Dude, this is a freaking broadcast. This isn't a round of let's offend as many people as possible. Come on here.
Oh.
Come on.
Oh,
I
this is-
cannot afford to offend the gay community. I need their fashion's help. I'm not saying that's all they're good for. I'm just saying they're very good at fashion. I need their help. Apparently khaki pants and whatever t-shirt does not roll anymore.
Man, fashion police are coming after you, like.
Probably. I just, no matter what, I'm not getting the frosted tips. That was my brother's deal, and I'm going to leave it to him. Let him look like an idiot. Okay, not everybody with frosted tips looks like an idiot, but, you know, just saying, I'm not doing it. Next.
Oh, I dislocated my thumb.
All right. Well, maybe we should get back to the topic at hand. That
Yes,
we were
yes. Let's get back to the
horribly cut off
topic.
now. Okay.
What, the gay bar? Oh, okay.
No,
Hey.
not the gay
No.
bar.
All right.
Close.
I'm going into a
Close.
private group right now.
I'm currently spinning very close to the gay bar,
Okay.
but not the gay bar.
Okay.
Call of Duty.
Now, in the previous episode, we started explaining the idea of having all of the Modern Warfare games thrown into a collection along with a multiplayer expansion that would be included as a fourth game, as Modern Warfare Online, if I remember correctly.
Pretty much.
Now, we cut off as I was comparing it to a similar collection, Halo, the Master Chief Collection, and what they did. And I was about to give both my praise and criticism for the idea.
You know, you could either do a recap that takes up half the broadcast, or they could just click the link below and go back to it.
Well, just in case.
Hey,
they
your
actually
audio's
want to
working. I'm
hear
watching
what's
on my
going
phone. You know, you could either do a recap that takes up half the broadcast, echo, or they could just click
Looks like
the
that,
link
Pish.
below and go back. I was gonna let it keep playing till it hit the echo, but I decided to cancel it.
Oh,
So you're over in Maine?
Yep.
No, you should have kept it up to just saying that's just pish. That would have been funny.
All right. Well, I'm over in GCRV 1568, so it's gonna be a little bit of a trip, but I'll get there.
Well, cool. While you do that, I'm gonna look at a map real quick.
All right.
Whilst you guys
So,
are doing that, I'm just
to
gonna sit my
begin
arse
with-
and listen.
To begin with, it is a good idea in a conceptual point of view.
Yeah, well, looking at the fact
Now-
that Halo basically did the same thing, only without the additional multiplayer, and keep in mind,
Because
we're talking
they
about
Okay.
just the campaign, but stitch the campaigns together. Where when you finish campaign 1, you have an option that pops up on the screen that says, "Hey, you've just completed Modern Warfare. Do you want to continue to the campaign for Modern Warfare 2? Yes or no?" Click no. You go back to the main menu. You know what would be awesome is if they had like a tier system where you could jump to the spec ops for each one, because that was half the fun of the campaign right there too.
Okay.
And they would have to bring back what? All right. That's the live broadcast, you idiot.
Now, to begin with, I already expressed in the previous episode. Should I call him an episode? I'm gonna call it.
Sure. Well, this
Uh,
one's called Part 2 anyways.
Yeah,
Bye,
Absolute
I
blood,
guys.
noted that in the previous episode. I don't think that it should be worth
Yeah.
$120, mainly
Probably
because
not.
how
Probably
Halo
not.
is oriented. Yeah, so and just the campaigns only. There's not going to be any multiplayer experience in the campaigns. There's no co-op. It's just single player campaign full way through. Is that what you're going for?
It would be nice if they could incorporate a co-op, but I highly doubt that's going to happen because how many times do you go out and do your own thing as in Call of Duty? How many
I
times?
understand.
At the most, I could see a two-person co-op because I think it would be freaking awesome to be able to go through and raid the village and take out the bad guys while you have sniper support from your friend versus waiting on an NPC to do it, which not a bad thing. I mean, come on, it's all timed out, it's perfect, but for the most part, the campaigns are geared to be single person. I would like to see them remain single person because I just don't see how they could effectively implement a two-person or a 3 or 4-person campaign into the same campaign.
No. I'm not talking like 4-player co-op. That's going to be near impossible in those campaigns, especially how tight they are, tight corners and all that stuff. But I'm just wondering if you believe it would be a good idea to implement a 2-player co-op system, whether it be split screen or multiplayer. And I mean online multiplayer by that.
Okay, you're talking about, yeah, by all means, they definitely need to keep the traditional for the online multiplayer and for the Spec Ops. That needs to remain the traditional split screen, LAN, or network option.
Okay.
Where you can pair up with somebody online to do it. I got a friend down in Texas. He's actually probably listening right now. Him and I
Hello.
could connect and do that. The other guy in here that's from Scotland. Him and I could team up and we could do the. We could either play multiplayer or we could do 1v1 on Rust and settle who's better, American or Scottish. We all know who's going to win that one.
Scottish, obviously. Come on, man.
Bullshit. Sorry, I'm allergic to
Excuse me?
bullshit.
Oh.
All right. Well, now that we got that out of the way, the 3 games being sold
You want to start
at
some
full
beef,
price
Patrick?
for... Okay.
Start some beef. Come on then. Square go. Let's go.
Easy, ladies.
Damn.
Ladies.
He called you a chick.
Yeah.
I called you both
Can you
chicks.
deny it? You seem like
I reject your reality and substitute my own. Back to the subject.
Okay. So, overall, a collection would be a good idea. Now, tell me more about the multiplayer expansion. And I know you want to call it a separate game, but I would like to call it a multiplayer expansion. Mainly because I think that's all it could be. And it's not, I don't have anything against you because, how GTA had GTA Online and all that stuff, but I still consider GTA Online to be a multiplayer expansion, not a separate game entirely.
Exactly.
So how exactly would you implement everything into this multiplayer expansion? Because there has been numerous attempts by many different platforms, not even in collections, but in numerous different games, to have a multiplayer expansion. Take Doom, for example. One of my favorite games from Bethesda. They tried to put in a multiplayer expansion when the game first came out, and admittedly, it does have a lot to work on. And it orientated itself near a Call of Duty-esque system, where it's match by match, and that's pretty much it. You just load up into a match, you select what type of match you want to get into, like game type, or what map and everything like that, and then there you go. But then again, there's other multiplayer expansions I'm gonna go back to Halo on this one, mainly because, again, it's the most relevant collection to base your idea off of. Their little multiplayer expansion was basically just a little bit of framework around the campaigns. And the main thing I was pissed at them for doing was that they limited file sharing, where it wasn't necessarily a truly multiplayer experience where you can actually get other people's maps and check them out, or
Well,
get
let's
into
face
some
it.
random custom games.
We all loved Reach when we could all try to outrun those great big orange balls of death and playing Indiana Jones.
Oh, hell
Oh,
yes.
no. Oh, and my favourite thing to do when I went on Reach was play either Griffball or make a custom game and wreck all the scrubs on Assassinations.
Wait, whoa, hold
if
on,
you
hold on.
remember that.
I'm going to sound like I lived under a rock here for a little while. Griffball was on Reach?
Yeah,
Yes, it was on Reach.
Son of a...
Actually,
Maverick.
All
Maverick,
right.
that respect
That's
I
it.
have
I'm
for
going to
you.
Where
Reach.
did it
I'm going to
begin?
Reach
Like,
now.
did it begin-
I'm going to Reach. No,
Yeah,
I'm not,
that
because that'll
little
end the
tiny
stream.
respect I have.
Damn it. Okay.
No, it was-
I'm going
it
to
was
Reach
either-
this weekend. I am playing Reach this weekend.
it was either Halo Reach or Halo 3 that started Griffball. I can't remember which,
I
but
think
I
it
do
was-
know
All
that
I
Reach
know
had Griffball.
is I was playing
Reach, yeah.
Griffball on Halo 5, and that is like the only thing I actually care to play on Halo 5.
Griffball's
Hey,
amazing.
are you in Mayonnaise yet? Where the hell are you?
No, I'm still jumping out, and I need to fuel scoop like a motherfucker.
Where? Oh, shit. Okay. Well,
I'm still a
Anyway.
ways away, man.
Anyway, back to the subject. Jeez, guys. But
don't
yeah,
you
Reach
don't you
was,
start griping at me.
Anyway, Reach was quite a fun game for me.
No, it
back
was.
then.
It definitely was.
20
As a matter of fact, Reach was the first. Reach was the first Halo game I played on the console. When I got my 360.
Yeah.
My first,
Now back to the
my
point
first,
at hand.
Yeah.
Back
I'm
to the point
talking
at
here.
hand.
Simmer
Okay.
down, simmer down. Yeah.
Okay.
Shush. Anyway, my first three games on the Xbox were Halo Reach, Gears of War 3, and what was that other game?
That one where you
Anyway,
did
I
that
can't
one thing.
remember. Yeah, that one. And oh no, that was my laptop. Anyway, those were my first few games, and Halo Reach was just my bae. Like seriously, I just inclement weather, that headpiece thing, just recon, everything, just amazing. I love the customization. I like that in games where you get to customize your own character, pick the colors. I like that in games like just military as well. Just you can customize anything you want, and you don't have to really pay for anything. Quality. No, I'm not gonna answer. You fucking arse. You
Why?
see what I mean here? This is racism. This is racism. This is Scottish racism. Yeah, fine.
Oh
I'm
my
the Scottish
God.
person. On you go. On you go. I'm ready for more.
That's hilarious.
God. Anyhow,
Back to subject.
what kind of multiplayer experience do you want? Do you want a framework experience like with what Halo did, a separate entity that was match by match like Doom, or do you want an open interactive area like GTA Online?
I'm gonna say probably the best way I can describe that is like match by match. And
Okay,
once again,
so match by match.
keep this in mind. I threw the suggestion out there. I love when other people build on other people's ideas. You know, not everything's
So you-
good, but you know, through a group effort, we're all going to be playing it if it comes out. Let's face it. We might as well take everybody's
Yeah.
input, mash it all together, and then this is just more of a folder we can pass over to them and say, hey, this is what we want. This is all our data. This is everything we've collected. This is a collaborative effort. This is what we would like to see you guys do. We've done about half the job for you. All you've got to do is go in, piece it all together, and make it work. Okay, it's probably not half the job. It's maybe a tenth of the job, but you know, we've got this much.
Designing a game is quite hard.
Exactly, and I praise
I
those
could
that
just-
I praise those that do it. But
I could just imagine just like you turning up, just like here's all our hard and work effort just to make the perfect
give
game.
me a phone call with
Takes
them.
one
I
look.
will have this discussion with them, and I'll patch whoever I can into that phone call. Skype, I'll do it.
Nah, just first few sentences that come out your mouth, he's just like, no, fuck off. He just puts the phone down and then just goes like, right, where were we? Laptop open, lotion.
I'm waiting for the phone to ring.
Tissues.
I'm waiting for it. Come on. We're talking about people that possibly have government contracts and have access to this information. My 2 dogs are apparently play fighting, and when one of them yelps, I am not going to feel sorry for him. I tried getting them to stop.
Wait, what
they don't
kind
want
of
to
dogs
stop.
are they?
The one is barely smart enough to. He just duked my other dog. Literally, he took off like he was going to start running and stopped, and the other dog stopped. But when she stopped, she turned sideways and like did a half roll. It was hilarious.
This is
this-
quite the interesting conversation here
It
about dogs
is.
play fighting.
It is. It is. I have a German Shepherd mixed with a Pit Terrier, and I have one who's barely smart enough to be able to remember how to breathe.
Ben, do you want to include your audio? We're just talking about pish and games and shit.
Well, actually, we're trying to talk about Call of Duty, particularly a remaster relaunch, if you would.
But then we get off topic and just. spout out a load
we've
of
jumped
shite.
off topic so much, so much.
Oh yeah,
for the love
by
of God, man.
You know how today
I keep trying to
faked-
pry into what he's going for here. That way I can give my little take on it. But you just keep going off and off and off topic so many freaking times.
Because
It's getting frustrating,
here's the thing. I know what you're trying to do, and I'm not going to allow it. And here's why I'm not going to allow it.
What?
Because
What
this
do you
is
want-
not
what am I doing?
it's not solely me. I
How are you
want
supposed to get views if you don't have a bit of banter?
No, I just want a general idea of what you're going for. That's the thing.
it's not what I'm going for. It's what I would like to see happen, but it's not what
Okay, so
I
what
myself
would you
am
like
going
to see
for.
happen?
What I would like to see happen is I would like them to simply bring back what once was, just for a little
Okay.
bit, just to touch on it. Launch it. Pay no more attention, other than to do the occasional bug updates. Do what you need to do with the servers, so on and so forth.
Okay.
Don't throw a whole lot of development at it. Just make it, get it going, and once
No,
it's
they're
going
going
and
to have
it's
to
stable,
throw some development at it.
absolutely, there's always development. But what I'm saying is, don't worry about adding a whole bunch of new stuff. This is literally an old game that is
Exactly.
the actual original one is just over 10 years old. Really, it is. Modern Warfare launched in
True.
2006. Am I correct?
Yeah, nearer there. I would say that it's near a decade old.
So we're really talking about nostalgia here. Let's face
Yes.
it. It's 2017. The end of 2016, they announced that they were making a new Atari. That is literally the old Atari with a bunch of stuff preloaded onto it with, instead of having to use chips, everything's already on a hard drive or some sort of a memory device inside the Atari. But it looks and feels like the old original Atari, and it has all the original Atari games. So, I mean, there's something there. There's a guy I just watched where he was streaming. He played, what was it, Super Mario Bros. And I'm talking about the old scroller. He beat it in like 4 minutes and 57 seconds. The whole game. I remember growing up getting frustrated over this. Come on! I never once beat it. Now, keep in mind, I was like 7. I also have Toy Story for the Super Nintendo. So, I mean, it's there. But
I remember my second console being the GameCube.
See, I never had a GameCube. I got to play on a GameCube once.
Oh, I had the GameCube and I loved it. Sucked because the GameCube lost in the market, but still, it was
Hey,
a good one.
what ship are you in?
I am in a keelback.
How much cargo you got?
Precisely none, and I did take some heat damage. I need to see if any of my modules are down.
Like, how much cargo room do you
Nope.
have?
35.
Okay, do you have an SRV?
I don't even have Horizon, so if you want me to land on a planet, I'm not gonna
Oh
be able
shit, that's right. You need to get Horizons, dude. I
I'll
forgot
see
you don't have
if I can
Horizons.
actually get some more money.
Dude, depending on how next week goes for me, I might just buy it for you.
Oh, by the way, lads, since it's so close to Valentine's Day, who is your Valentine's?
My
That's
right
what we
hand.
all like to know.
I can't
Angel?
believe I just said that. But hey, it works as a joke.
No, no, no,
It's-
Maverick,
that's-
shush. Angel.
Okay.
Any Valentines? Who's your Valentine's today?
No, I'm lonely.
You
am a
two don't
lonely
have
boy.
a Valentine's. Seriously, I've got
No.
a Valentine's. I'm getting more action than you two. I need to go over there and straighten you guys out.
Yeah,
so
because
you can
everyone
get
wants
your
to
whole-
hang out with a Scotsman.
Yeah,
They're
exactly.
fun.
Yeah, most girls say I'm fun anyway. They also say they would
Oh,
treat me
God.
like a bike.
Oh, God.
You know what I mean. Huh? Anyway, this was my
Oh.
Valentine's, right? I faked being ill, and this is what my Valentine said to me. You left me with those peasants. I hate you. I'ma die alone now. You were missed today. Hope you feel better. See ya. When I see ya, bruh. And then it's like laughing emoji, kiss emoji, and then the hug emoji.
Well, at least you still got kisses and hugs. Now, quit your bitching.
Bitch whenever I want. Do you want me to
Can
start
we
acting
stop
gay?
going
again?
off topic?
It's not off topic. Valentine's Day is right around the corner.
That's not the topic
Don't
we're
worry,
supposed to be talking about.
Well, it's the topic I'm talking about, so deal with it. Anyway,
All
I'm
right.
sure.
Come on,
I'm
people.
sure.
See,
right, so,
now, back to what I was saying.
Everybody
deal
on
with-
the live stream. Everybody on the live stream.
There are no viewers because you scared them all away.
Well, there was none to start with, so.
I was up to 3, damn it. I was up to 3. Basically,
This is so horrible.
what I'm saying is, I don't want this to be, a game that I was the sole consensus on. I want a game where I want to be able to take something to the producers of the game, whoever it should be, whether it's Treyarch, Infinity Ward,
Ubisoft.
Okay. Now, the biggest issue for me for what would happen is, for one, is it truly going to be justified? Like, I know this is going to be nostalgia pandering. Of course, because these are old games. These are good games. So they might have aged well, they might not have. You don't know. We won't know until they actually bring them out. Because some games, even first-person shooters, they can age horribly, depending on what they are. But let's just say, for the sake of argument, that the game has aged exceptionally well,
4, 3,
that
2, 1.
it is ready to go. Like, every single game, just perfect aging. It's the old combat that we all know and love.
Angel, are you talking to yourself?
No, I'm trying to talk to Maverick.
I can't hear Maverick.
Hello?
Maverick?
I think we lost him.
No.
Somebody pull a string talking.
Can you hear me? Can you hear me now?
Fuel scoop.
Yeah, I got you.
Okay. I don't know what happened.
Okay.
Nope.
All
And
right. So
I don't know if you heard what I said, but I said we do
No,
a
I
lot
didn't.
of talking to ourselves.
Fuel scoop disengaged.
yeah, I didn't
Frameshift
hear
drive
that.
charging.
Do me a favor. Land over there in Felice Dock, and see if you get a
Yeah.
mission critical update.
It keeps bringing me back to Q.
4, 3,
So just fucking fly through the mail slot. Get through the mail slot and then slow down. Like I always do. I don't trust the docking or I don't wait for the docking computer. I just say, okay, me no wait.
All right.
Apparently somebody is here.
For this collection to be perfect, it needs to have aged well, of course. It has to definitely appeal to nostalgia while at the same time building in some way the collection that just contributing something to the collection that we haven't seen before, whether it be just some new system for you to browse around or something like that. And then of course it needs to bring back all the old gameplay elements that you were saying, the good ones, everything like that.
Exactly. Bring back Rust. Bring back 1v1s on Rust. Come on. You know how many conflicts could have been avoided if world leaders would have just done a 1v1 on Rust? I mean, come on. Trump versus Clinton on Rust? Who do you think would have won that?
Scooping.
Well,
can't
Clinton
say-
would have won, but Trump would have bitched afterward.
How do you know? How do you know?
Does that anyway.
Pretty much. But you know,
I have to tell
you
him I
can't.
see him on the TV.
You can't
it's
say it was
just
rigged.
him.
You give
It's
them
rigged.
both. You give them both a pistol, and if they fuck it up, they fuck it up. They get a pistol and a knife.
But no. You know Trump.
Both of them would just be wondering,
his-
how the hell do I play this thing?
You
but-
guys are very fucking rude. I'm trying to talk to you, and you guys.
It's
are
what we
talking
do.
over
We're
me.
Americans.
You should call this racist vlogs. Like seriously, as soon as I joined, you've been ignoring me. You've been, yeah, I don't know.
What are you talking about? I was doing a whole bunch of talking, and you guys couldn't hear. Or you guys were ignoring me.
That's because what you were talking was pish. Anyway, well, Trump's appearance, like seriously, it looks like he's got fake tan on. Like seriously, he's just gone to the Bahamas and just went like, you know what? I'll just put some fake tan on. His wig. I don't know if it's a toupee or anything, but he needs to fix his hair. He's having a bad hair day every day. Needs to go to the salon and get that fixed.
Okay.
All right. This is not
Now-
a political post.
Yes, this is not political. Let's.
No, I'm just
There is
I'm just saying.
one thing that I do need to.
I'm gonna put this out here right now. All political references are nothing but jokes. They do not reflect our beliefs of anybody here, any producer, anybody tagged, anything. Everything here
Yes.
is satire and meant to be taken as a joke, except for our serious conversations about bringing back Call of Duty Modern Warfare series, the entire
You
series.
can't have it both ways, but all right.
Well, last episode
All right.
or broadcast, you know, I wasn't joking about that lassie feeling me up at the back.
I do
of
have to
the-
leave for a little bit, like for about a half hour.
Well,
and-
it's kind of starting to get late, so I have a feeling that the next broadcast will probably happen sometime over the weekend. In addition, I'm gonna put this up on YouTube,
Yeah, like, I'll
and
be
I'm gonna
here on
start, and
Sunday.
I'm gonna put it out there for the
well,
for all that.
then let me finish a few more points
All right.
before I have to go.
You got.
All right.
You got
Yeah,
4
yeah.
minutes. The floor is all yours, and we will not interrupt you.
Got
Just call us if you have, or
All right.
call us if you want an action.
Got it. Now, to begin with, like, I'm all for the idea. As I've said, I've repeated this way too many times. I'm sorry. That putting out a collection would definitely pander to nostalgia, and if they're actually able to not only release a good game but upgrade it in some sort of way, they would have a good seller. I believe that if they actually played their cards right, they might be able to break billions in sales. But knowing Activision, knowing the developers of these games, I don't have high hopes because you've seen how Call of Duty has just progressed to this state. And
Yep.
we've seen how other
Yep.
video games, like the Halo franchise, has progressed to their states as well. Like Halo became the new Call of Duty, and Call of Duty became this wacky space crap that we don't. I'm a sucker for sci-fi, but come on, man, that's just no.
That is beyond sci-fi.
Exactly. Now, and then basically, shit. How do I put this in words? Here we go. The option to immediately go to the next game, like without even a single button press, I think would be a bad idea. I think that
Ask how so?
a game. No, first let me give you my idea and let me explain to you why I think it would be better and how both sides might be wrong.
All right.
For one, I think that at the end of the game, there should be a little option, like in the credit screen. Like, you know how each game has a credit screen at the end and everything like that?
Yeah.
I'm thinking like during the credit screen, there should be 3 options. 1, continue to next game. 2, go back to main menu. 3, continue watching the credits. And of course, like 1% of the time, someone's going to accidentally press continue with the credits.
And then they're going to regret life. But yes.
Okay, but the reason I'm saying this is because of a similarity between Modern Warfare 2 and Modern Warfare 3. 2 specific missions to be exact. The last mission in Modern Warfare 2 and the first mission in Modern Warfare 3 are almost completely identical except for a reskin. If you don't believe me, take a look. And and if someone were to immediately jump from Modern Warfare 2 to Modern Warfare 3, they would immediately go as like, wait, didn't we just do this?
Well, that's where they have the option to continue to the next game, main menu, or watch the credits.
That's why I'm saying, like, don't just immediately jump.
And exactly, that's what I was saying.
Option.
Exactly. Okay. That's what I was saying. Stitch them together, but give them the opportunity that when that needle drops down and comes back up through the fabric, give them the option to hop off track and jump to the main menu without just forcing them into the next one.
And all right, so after that, we've already figured out like the price, or at least we've argued about the price.
Well, I wouldn't
know...
necessarily say we argued, but you've brought up a great point, and you know what? Halo did the same thing, and they had a bunch of success for what is it? The normal $69.99.
But at the same time, it was also flawed.
True.
Now,
ideally, we want nothing to be flawed, but everything's going to be flawed.
Of course, especially in this day and age. But, of course, there's going to be mistakes. So what I'm saying is, like, if you want the price to raise to like $100 or even $120, maybe offer something more than just the collection and the multiplayer expansion. Because, like, offer, what would be a good offering? Maybe some exotic weapons, maybe some bonus dialogue, some commentary, something that gets you more invested into the workings of the game.
There's almost always been exotic weapons. Could we do something new and change it up for a change? What can we do to change things up? Because it's always the same thing. And let's face it, with COD, the whole franchise has basically been very similar to being the same thing over and over and over again. How can we change that?
Well, for one, you need to see how it has developed, because I know I'm going to get a lot of heat for this, but there has been development. Almost every single, a tiny bit where they just changed the setting, but the plot is almost exactly the same. I would argue that if they added a more complex approach to the issue, like not just pure good guys yay, bad guys boo, but actually have both sides with different conflicts, with varying degrees of issues. Like, for one, let's say our side, we know which side we're fighting for, but we start questioning the side. Like, why are we actually going into this? Like, we know that we have a call of some sorts, very dutifully, but what exactly is the purpose of that dutiful call?
They kind of did that. They kind of
And-
touched on that with Advanced Warfare. Spoiler alert, blah, 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 blah.
Just make it more complex.
Yes. Add a lot of character development to it. Make it more, kind of like play it from this point of view. Play it from there's always character hopping, but in Call of Duty 3, one of the reasons I liked it was so dynamic. You could be American 1 minute, the next mission you're British, the mission after that you're Polish driving a tank all across the countryside. Things are constantly on the move. What if they had a storyline attached along that was like, you're playing for, and I'm just gonna say side A and side B here because you're about to understand what I'm saying, but
Yeah.
what if side A, what if side A and side B are both the good side, but they both have their own issues?
Yeah, like, this is actually one thing that I criticized Battlefield 1 for. Like, the World War One was supposed to be, like, there was no true good or bad. It was just everyone was fighting because their nations told them to. And they just kept doing it as in,
Well, it was supposed to be the war that
good
ended all
guys, yay,
wars.
bad guys, boo. Yeah, of course. But at the same time, like, no side was truly innocent, but no side was actually truly guilty. It was just a result of the situation at the time. Now, World War II, like, that one was a more good versus evil approach, and justifiably so. But World War One, what needed to be more complex, and that's why I criticized Battlefield 1 for. Call of Duty is even more simple than Battlefield 1 ever was. It was just, we're the good guys, and we'll shoot anyone who says otherwise. And there needs to be a more thoughtful approach to that.
Exactly.
I mean, you're going to be shooting things up, but you need to give us a reason other than they're bad. You need to show that they're threatening. You need to show that they're the enemy, or at least show that you need to defend yourself.
Well, let's kind of touch on this.
Can I say something?
Give me 1 second here. Give me 1 second here. The whole point of every war or every battle, whether it's an insurgency fighting against a country, an insurgency fighting against a military, a militia, or two insurgents fighting against each other, it's I am fighting for my core beliefs, that my beliefs are right, and that yours are wrong, and to protect my people, I will do what I have to do. Not so much that side A and side B are side A's good, side B's bad, or side A's bad, side B's good. It's looking at from their own perspective. Famous mission right here. No Russian. You know going into that you are doing a terrorist thing by going in and spraying a machine gun into a crowd of people in an airport terminal. You know. And arguably that is one of the best and worst campaign missions in COD history. But that is exactly my point, is give us, and same thing you're saying, is give us a good reason for it. Don't just make it, they're bad, we're good, they gotta die. No, tell us why they gotta die. And better yet, don't just tell us.
Not just tell us, show us.
Let us live why they must die. Let us be
exactly.
them. Let us
Like
see
in
what's
Titanfall
going on.
2, like Like in Titanfall 2, you got your ass handed to you on a silver platter, and that displays the enemy force as threatening, you as sympathetic, and just bam, that's the perfect way to start out. You immediately are shown as the underdog who just got completely and utterly screwed over. But at the same time, like, you can even take a more complex approach. Even if, like, that happened, you could say, like, oh, crap, maybe we were the ones who were at fault in the first place because we were the ones who dragged them into this situation. So they're actually defending themselves. So their attack on me was justified.
Can I say what I have to say now? Because I've been sitting on my arse listening to you two gab.
Yes,
Well,
yes.
I
You get the floor.
have to go.
Angel, shut your hole before I shut it for you. You get
Well,
me?
I actually have to go. So
Just give
I'll
them,
see you
just give
guys
them,
later.
just give them a 1 minute rebuttal. Let them have something.
Got it.
Right.
Got it.
Right.
60 seconds on the clock. Go.
Right, so usually in a game, right, you're just, as you're saying, just like playing good versus bad, and it's just like, yeah, I get that, but it needs to be like a bit more complex. So I was thinking like a really good idea was to play it like civilians at that time period. So like World War II, and the Germans are listening to Adolf Hitler, charging into war, bringing the Germans, and just like that story of that family as well. So like they're getting bombed, and we could show that family getting like killed or something, and maybe a reason why they're joined the war, and just all of that, and then it switched from the good side to the bad side, showing the two different situations, showing
like
the
this.
battles.
Yeah,
I like this a lot.
This too.
And you know how the Nazis marched up to Russia in the winter. It
Yeah.
could show like they're getting colder, and they had to keep pushing on, and they all die like the last man standing. And
All
it's
right,
just
we're
like,
coming up on the end of
somewhat in
60 seconds here. Let me just say one thing going along with what you're saying is let's not forget. Oh God, it was Call of Duty 3, I believe, where you what do you play as? I'm trying to remember who it is. You're in Europe. It's they dropped the chemical bombs, the trucks. You family vacation. You are the father with a video camera. You see your wife and daughter. Your daughter's dancing. The pigeons all fly off. You are son of a bitch.
Yeah,
I passed my place. And all of a sudden you see this truck come around the corner, come skidding to a halt, and a guy in a suit jumps out and takes off running. And you have no idea what's going on, and then all of a sudden the truck blows up. Let's not forget that.
That was
Okay.
That was the single moment that pissed every single one of us off. That gave us our reason to fight.
Yeah. All right.
it was
Well,
just
I see
like,
where you're coming from, but I really need to leave, like, right
Yep.
now.
We will catch up more
All right.
on this later, guys. But, yeah, no, I think we definitely made some progress here.
Yeah. See you guys later.
See it. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to leave us off with this.
But yeah, I get what you're meaning. Oh, that's nice.
Hopefully this isn't too loud.
Oh, it's loud.
Back in 2003, Infinity War released a brand new game, and it was Call of Duty. Back in 2003.
Hopefully that's a little bit better.
Yeah, slightly. But you get what I mean about the, showing the civilian's perspective.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
It's just like, that's, that knowing what the civilians were like, not just like the soldiers or other people, like the actual civilians that died, like all those innocent people that died in the crossfires.
But let's face it, every single person playing COD anywhere was pissed off with that mission.
Oh yeah, I was like furious. Especially the one with the shooting at the airport. It was like good, but I was kinda sad as well.
Oh, what the hell did you do now, cat?
Do you know what would be good? If there was like few like missions of like World War. Can you turn that music down? I can't hear
Oh,
myself.
I'm sorry. I
I'm
actually
trying to
have to
speak
rescue
this.
my cat. My cat crawled down the sleeve of my jacket.
Oh, is he stuck?
He is stuck. And the dog is trying to help and failing miserably. Come on. Oh, come on, you little shite.
Did you just say? You're taking more of my language now. You racist.
Okay, back down the rabbit hole. Let's go. I was wondering what the hell was going on in my jacket. Oh. Not in my coat anymore, are you? Dog! Back off. Get out of my coat.
Oh, I can hear him. Yeah.
Come on.
Oh. Is he out yet?
He's out. He won't be doing that again.
Anyway,
All right.
as I was saying, it would be good if there was like a World War II theme in Call of Duty, and it showed the concentration camps
Let's not
as
forget.
well.
Let's not forget
And
what Call of Duty 1, 2, and 3 were about.
more.
Well, they were about World War II.
Yeah, but it didn't really show much depth.
Oh, it
I
showed a
think,
lot of depth.
because
It just didn't show it from a
Well-
civilian perspective.
But-
And now I think that would
I
be
would-
awesome, but I don't know. I don't know.
Well, just to be honest, the futuristic sort of side kind of made me lose interest in
I think it made a lot of
Call
people lose
Duty
interest.
franchise. Like seriously, we wanted something that would pull in, like even what do you call it, like not even way back to like World War Two, maybe like the 1900s, and it was like what do you call it, people about racism and riots. That would have been really good, and serious rights. It's like kind of like a side story thing, not like full on war, but like civil wars or maybe Afghan wars. That would make it more creative, and it would show like a what do you call it, a story. It's like a true story, and it shows like quotes and what it was actually like. So it's like, you know, a really good game, but it's also teaching you about the times back then and decisions that you want to make now. It's inspirational. It's like good for gamers, and it makes them learn more and seeing what it was actually like to live in those times. So they will like think to themselves, right, so I need to do something better with my life. I need to get going. Like this was what it was like. They protected us from, you know, all this harm so we could live a happy and peaceful life. Of course, they're still fighting today. So it's like I'm grateful for them sacrificing their lives and having their loved ones, and they're just like settling down, you know, just laying down their lives for us. So we're truly grateful, and we need to express more of that. Instead, we got a couple of arseholes sitting in chairs with money up their arses because they think it's a good roll of toilet paper when they're fucking run out. Anyway.
Yeah.
I was also quite upset that Trump didn't know what the Purple Heart was. I was fuming. Like, I literally wanted to fly over and slap him. Come on, people nowadays don't know what the Purple Heart is. It's just shows no respect. Like, his type of character should not be running America. Like, have you seen him? He said he would shag his own daughter. Like, come on, who says that? And they wanted him to be the president. It's just wrong.
Yeah, it's definitely weird, but like I
Uh-huh.
said, this is all non-political stuff.
Yeah. Well, I'm just putting my thoughts and feelings out there, you know.
Oh yeah, I can't
Scotland,
I can't
Scot-
argue that I can't complain about you doing that.
I mean, I am a, filthy, stinking Scotsman that likes to insult people a lot, true, but, I also have feelings as well. It's like, I like to spread my
No.
feelings. Is that a fucking sarcastic no? I swear to God, I'll actually cut your giblets in half. Honest to God.
I didn't know anybody actually said that anymore. I didn't know anybody said giblets outside of Thanksgiving.
Well, I see quite a
Cut it out, you
few
two.
things that,
So
but
yeah, the
yeah.
cat is now in the complete opposite room or opposite side of the room from the coat.
It's just like traumatized. It's just like, I do not want to do anything with that coat. uh, by the way, were you supposed to end the broadcast earlier on, or were you
I
supposed
was
to keep
going
it on?
to, but then you started bringing up a good point, so I guess now's as good a time as any.
Um, well, can I
Maybe.
say something before you end it?
Go ahead. Go ahead.
This is Master Rhino's butler. I would like to thank you all for joining in on this broadcast. Please check out Maverick17693 on Facebook and his Twitch account. And of course, I hope you enjoyed all our little topics and gags for this evening.
Thank you
Morning
very
for
much.
us and evening for them. So enjoy this sad melody music to end off. Thank you, everyone.
Started off quite small, and it was innovative. An FPS set in World War II, and it was amazing. Then in 2005 came the highly awaited Call of Duty 2, and at the time it was so underrated. Then in 2006, Treyarch released their first major card game, and it was COD 3 back in 2006. Then a year later, we saw the release of COD 4. Modern Warfare was so good, it's what we'd always asked for. Then in 2008, Treyarch released World at War, a classic game to all COD fans, Nazi zombies with no more. Then in 2009, Infinity Ward out with their second Modern Warfare back in 2009. Moving on a year, Treyarch released Black Ops, a series that we know and love, and it was sure to blast off. Infinity Ward then came out with the final Modern Warfare, completing the trilogy, a set of great games that they made there. Then in 2012 came Black Ops 2. Treyarch did a good job and we all loved it back in 2012. Then came the downfall of COD. People hated ghosts. Maps too big and people died too quickly. Back in 2013. Then Sledgehammer Games stepped up and tried to redeem it. Was jumping around everywhere, it made me wanna rage quit. It was no better than Ghosts, although they tried to make it. Got futuristic now, more than we've ever seen it. Now in 2016, have Black Ops 3. See if it lives up to what it's supposed to be. It is much better than the last two COD games that we see. Another great COD game to down in history. Later in 2016 we'll see the release of a brand new COD game that is released yearly. Later in 2016, later in 2016, what will it be? Will it be another futuristic Call of Duty? Please give us what was old. Back in 2003, Infinity War released a brand new game and it was Call of Duty. Back in 2003. Back in 2003. 2003, Infinity War.
Lucas Graham, everybody, back in 2003. And with that, I bid you all a farewell. This is Maverick 1769 and Black Rhino signing off. Have a good one.
Bye.